How's it going, everybody? My name is Stryder, and welcome to Reddit Stories with Stryder. Again, I'm Stryder. These are going to be stories coming out of Am I the Asshole? If you guys have other subreddits that you would like to see some of these stories come from, let me know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe if you're interested in getting more videos like this of me reading Reddit stories, giving you my opinion, talking about them a little bit, and then seeing the comments down below. Without further ado, let's just get into the first story. No long intro needed. Story 1. Am I the asshole for enforcing basic boundaries on my daughter's sleepover? I, 42 male, have 2 kids living with me. My daughter, Anya, 17 female, and my stepson, Noah, 14 male. Noah's mom passed a few years ago, and I've had full custody since. He's had a rough go of it, but he's a good kid, with his quirks. He's not antisocial or shy, but he does not appreciate having his space invaded, and when it is, he can get very upset. He can kind of shut down. Anya is much more outgoing and has a lot of friends. She asked to have a sleepover this weekend with 4 of them. I said yes, of course, but given that the friends who were coming were pretty loud and have a tendency to crowd Noah, I told her to make sure they don't go into her brother's room. Also, to keep things down after 11 so that the house can sleep. In my opinion, these are not strict rules. They're not. To my surprise, I came upstairs to check on them. At about 10, they are 17. I didn't think I needed to check on them every hour or something, and they were in Noah's room, and they looked like they'd been there a while. 2 were literally sitting on his bed with him there. One of them was flipping through his sketchbook, another was messing with his other stuff, and they were all kind of giggling in this weird way. Noah was clearly upset. He didn't say anything or move, but there were tears in his eyes, and he didn't respond when I tried to talk to him. I told the girls to get out right then, and that I was calling every single one of their parents. Anya was pretty upset with me, but I told her that I gave them 2 rules, and they failed spectacularly. I did actually call all of their parents and send them home as soon as possible. Anya blew up, saying I embarrassed her. I told her to go to her room and that we would speak on this in the morning. I spent about 20 minutes with Noah before he decided he wanted to cool down on his own, and I went back to my daughter, who chose not to speak to me. It's late, both of my kids are hopefully asleep, and I'm left not knowing if I handled things right. Am I the asshole? So there's no update to this to find out, like, anything else with Noah or with Anya or whatever, but, I mean, just a short one to get us going, warm up the video. Not the asshole, honestly. He told them 2 things, literally 2 things, and they couldn't follow one of them. Literally, be quiet after 11, do not bother your brother. He doesn't want you guys bothering him. Don't bother him. They didn't follow what was probably the more important rule, which was don't bother Noah. So, yeah, absolutely, 100% send them home. If they can't respect your rules in your house, they don't deserve to be in your house. Plain and simple. So, no, not the asshole. The daughter should have thought better, and she should have made sure that her friends stayed in line. Let's move on to story number 2. Story number 2. Am I the asshole for telling my wife the lock on my daughter's door does not get removed till my brother-in-law and his daughters are out of our house? My brother-in-law, Sammy, lost his home shortly after his divorce 10 months ago. He moved in with us and brought his twin daughters, Olivia and Sloan, with him a couple of months ago. Olivia and Sloan, female, 18 for both of them. Sorry, I'm new to the reading, so I'm getting used to doing this. His sister, my wife, and I have one daughter, Zoe, female, 16, and she and her cousins aren't close but get along fine. Olivia and Sloan have no respect for Zoe's privacy. None. They used to walk into her room and take everything they got their hands on. Makeup, phone accessories, clothes, school laptop, etc. Zoe complained a lot, and I've already asked the girls to respect Zoe's privacy and stop taking her things. My wife and Sammy saw no issue with this. After all, they're girls, and this is typical teenage girl behavior. I completely disagree. No matter, age doesn't matter. Respect matters. Okay. Last straw was when Zoe bought a $60 MAC makeup kit. I'll try and put a copy of it up here if I can find it. That looks like a paint set that she saved up for over a month, and one of the girls Sloan, took it without permission and ruined it by mixing shades together while using it. Don't know much about makeup, but that's what Zoe said when she found the kit on her bed and was crying. I told my wife, and she said she'd ask Sloan to apologize, but I got Zoe a lock after I found she was moving valuable belongings out of the house because of this incident. That's not... Anyways, it says incidents, but I think they meant incident. Sammy and his daughter saw the lock and weren't happy. The girls were extremely upset. Sammy asked about it, and I straight up told him, he said, my daughters aren't thieves. It's normal that girls of the same age borrow each other's stuff. He said Zoe could easily get another makeup kit for $15 from Walmart and shouldn't even be buying expensive adult makeup in the first place, and suggested my wife take care of this defect in Zoe's personality that she's trying to appear older than she's 16. Anyways, he accused me of being overprotective and babying Zoe with this level of enablement. I told him this is between me and my wife, but she shamed me for putting a lock on Zoe's door for her cousins to see and preventing them from spending time with her, saying I was supposed to treat them like daughters. Then demanded I remove it, but I said this lock does not get removed till her brother and his daughters are out of our house. She got mad I was implying we kicked them out and said her family will hate me for this. So I reminded her that I let Sammy and his family move in, which is something her own family refused to do. So she should start with shaming/blaming them for not taking their own son and nieces/granddaughters in. If it wasn't for her family's unwillingness to help, we wouldn't be dealing with this much disturbance at home. Everyone's been giving me and Zoe silent treatment, and my wife is very much upset over this. But Reddit, am I the asshole for telling my wife the lock on my daughter's door does not get removed till my brother-in-law and his daughter are out of our house? So, not the asshole again. It's probably gonna... Most of the time when I read Am I the Asshole stories, like 90% of them is that person's not the asshole, or everyone kind of sucks here kind of situations. It's not that often that I get ones, at least ones that I'll probably want to read on here, that I get ones where it's like, okay, you were clearly the asshole and you just don't understand it. Those happen, don't get me wrong. But for this case, definitely not the asshole. You should always be able to be secure in your own property, in your own home. And this whole decision, or this this decision by the guest in the house to decide that it's not okay for you to lock one of your doors is a problem of its own. The guest deciding that you locking a door isn't okay is completely wrong and is a problem that he needs to address with both his wife and with Sammy, the guest. If you are being hosted by somebody, you have no ability to make rules. You have no decision-making power when it comes to that kind of situation. If you're being hosted by someone, they have every right to lock you out of any rooms that they see fit, besides obviously the room that you're staying in and the restroom. Other than that, they're allowed to be as secure with their stuff as they want to be, and you just deal with it. You're the guest. You're the one who is in need right now. Accept what you're getting and be happy with it. This other thing of you're supposed to treat them like they're your daughters. No, absolutely not. You know what happens when you start treating any guest, especially family, like they are immediate family? They never leave. If you treat Sammy like he's another housemate and you treat his children like they're your children, they will not leave. All right? They will feel like they get to live there forever. You don't make that mistake. You don't do that. Especially with people like this. Okay, first of all, his daughters are both 18. So there is a part of me that wants to say they shouldn't even be living there. They're 18. They should both be living. They should either be going to college, which hopefully that's what it is. They're going to college soon. Or B, they should probably be looking for their own place to live and not be continuously living here. But even with all that, they are full-grown adults. They should not be stealing makeup from somebody else. They should have their own makeup, or they should be asking if they can borrow it. But just taking it, essentially playing, you're 18 and you're playing with makeup, mixing colors and stuff when you know that's not what you do. Him saying that she can get a $15 replacement at Walmart, but then implying that she shouldn't even be putting makeup on because she's only 16. Your daughters are 2 years older. That's it. So the difference for you between someone who's allowed to wear makeup and isn't is that imaginary line of 18 when someone becomes an adult and all of a sudden is able to have decision-making powers. My goodness, man, you need to figure your stuff out because it doesn't sound like he actually believes it. It sounds like he made up that bullshit to get out of the fact that his daughter stole. That's what it is. Let's say it what it is. Stole Zoe's property and then vandalized it and then returned it, thinking that was going to be okay. So is OP the asshole? Absolutely 100% not. He needs to set some ground rules with his house guests, or he needs to remove his house guests. One or the other. And again, I will emphasize, if you are the one being hosted, not the one playing host, you do not have decision-making powers when it comes to what is and isn't locked up and secure in the home, minus basic necessities like restroom and your place of sleeping, basically. Other than that, everything else can be locked up. Plain and simple. Story number 3. Am I the asshole for refusing to do something special on my wedding day for my sister because she refused to do something for me at hers? I, 30 female, I'm getting married this Sunday, and my sister Jessica, 28 female, got married 2 years ago. A couple weeks before her wedding, my ex left me for another woman, and it was devastating because I thought that he was going to propose soon. At my sister's wedding, I asked her if she could throw the bouquet to me as to wish me luck, but she refused and said that she didn't want to damage it. I asked her to lend it to me for a couple of pics instead, and she refused that too. I said nothing more, and I didn't bring it up again until now. Okay, my sister is pregnant and wants to announce it at my wedding. Oh no. She asked, and I said absolutely not. When she asked why, I told her that 1, the wedding is for me and my fiancé. 2, she didn't do what I asked her to do at her wedding, so why would I do what she asks at mine? She's pissed and says that I'm being ridiculous. Our mother says that I'm being childish. Am I the asshole? Alright, we have updates going on and stuff like that, so we will get to the updates, but I want to get to the initial one first. 1, it is completely okay that your sister said no to you at her wedding, and it doesn't seem like you're being that petty about it, but there's a slight pettiness to it. Everyone is always entitled to say no for add-ons to their own personal events. You know, if it's my birthday party and I've planned it myself or someone else has planned it for me or whatnot, it is completely within my power, my understanding to be able to say, no, I don't want you to announce your engagement or your baby or whatever it is at my birthday party. Same thing for weddings. Same thing for baby showers. If you are at an event and that event is specifically for a person and that person specifically doesn't want you to do anything at that event that draws attention to you in a you're the now limelight person situation, that's completely within their power. That's completely theirs, and that is a one-day thing. You know, the other 364 days of the year, up for grabs. You want to make a baby announcement on the day after or the day before? Absolutely. But the day of an event, I get it that some people are like, well, it just makes things easier because everyone's there so we can tell everyone at once. Yes. Why is everyone there, though? To celebrate another person. You're essentially saying, hey, your celebration was a great way for me to get everyone together for my announcement. And that's not okay. If you want to get everyone together, plan a dinner. You know, you plan your event. You plan an event and then also announce this other thing at your event. But don't piggyback off someone else's event for convenience, essentially. So let's get through the edits and stuff. And there is an update. Edit. Tomorrow is the wedding and my sister is currently not talking to me and neither is my mother. I cannot uninvite them, but I'm very concerned. There was some comments because this was part of Best of Redditor. So we got some top comments. Not the asshole for not wanting a pregnancy announcement at your wedding, but I guarantee she's going to make one. Comment number 2, you can absolutely guarantee she or your mother will announce it at your wedding anyways. 3, drop a note to the MC or the DJ to mute the mic if sister or mom wants to start talking about the pregnancy. Those are great comments. The third one is a great idea too. Hey, see that lady? You see that lady? Neither of them touched the microphone at all. Update. Hi everyone, just here to give you an update. First of all, thank you so much for all the advice and support. I wanted to clarify a couple of things. I wanted a photo with the bouquet for myself. My ex wouldn't have seen it anyway, as I go strictly no contact after breakups. Some people were also concerned that I expected her photographer to take pictures of me for free. That wasn't the case. Her wedding was very low cost and I was actually the photographer. So I just meant I wanted to take a selfie. Now, for the update. I had a talk with my mother and sister beforehand and clearly told them that if either of them announced the pregnancy or made it obvious in any way, I would go no contact with them for good. They either didn't believe me or didn't care. My wedding was also low cost. On my side, the only family attending were my mom, stepdad, uncle, sister, and brother-in-law. My now husband only had his mother there. The rest of the guests were 5 friends we both invited. There were no speeches or anything formal planned. The ceremony went smoothly and we moved to the reception area. As soon as we sat down, my sister said she had something to share. I looked at her and said, "No, you don't." It was awkward since most people there had no idea what was going on. In my country, wedding gifts are usually given after the cake. Well, my mother handed my sister her gift and said, "The new mom also deserves some recognition." That was it for me. My sister started crying happy tears and even had the audacity to try and hug me. I stepped aside and told both of them that the celebration was over for them. They left because my stepdad and brother-in-law finally realized I wasn't joking. I haven't responded to any of their calls or messages. I'm done. So, am I the asshole? Oh, where's that? Am I the asshole for refusing to do something special on my wedding day for my sister because she refused to do something for me at hers? Again, I don't really have much to add. Kind of saw it coming, obviously. The sister had no respect for OP and her wedding and decided that she was going to announce it anyways. I think there was some more comments and stuff that I saw on here that I just didn't add to this. Because I read some of the comments, but I didn't read the story itself because I like to try and stay in the dark on the story, but I want to get a little bit of context so I know if there's anything specific to kind of like hit on during the reading. I believe there was a comment that literally everybody there basically already knew anyways, and that there was no reason for the announcement to begin with, that the only people who really didn't know was OP's new mother-in-law, who has nothing to do with the child anyways, and some of the friends of OP and her new husband, which again have very little to do with the baby. All the family that was there already knew. So literally the sister was just trying to get the attention directed towards her, and mom was willing to help. I don't have more backstory on this family to find out if this is like a recurring problem with little sister syndrome, trying to become the attention of everything, but that's what it sounds like to me. But other than that, not the asshole. Again, if it is your day and either you or someone else planned for it to be your day and everyone is showing up with the intention of it being your day, no one else should be hijacking that situation. So just so you know, if it is your day, don't let other people hijack your situation. Tell them, no, this is your day. You don't get very many of them in life. Take them when they get there. And if you are someone who thinks about doing this, don't do it. Do not hijack somebody else's day. Do not hijack somebody else's day. Plan a day, make it your day, and then announce what you're going to announce. And there you get another day. So you give yourself 2 days with one announcement. But don't steal someone else's day to make your announcement. That's just wrong. It's wrong on so many levels. Please don't do it. Story number 4. Am I the asshole for despising my mentally handicapped sister? Now, before I even get into this story, I'm going to assume that this isn't actually what the story is about. A heavy topic. I haven't read this yet, so I don't know what's going on in it just yet. I didn't even skim the comments on this one. I just kind of saw the title and was like, this is good. This is going to be one that I want to read. And it's got some length to it too. So I'm like, I definitely want to read this. So story 4, am I an asshole for despising my mentally handicapped sister? I'm going to call it now. Probably isn't actually directed towards the sister. It's probably directed towards something else or some situation that is, what is the good word for it? It is aggravated or is amplified. That's a good word for it. Amplified by the sister. It is not directly the sister's fault, and this is just misdirected despisement. All right. The title makes me sound horrible, but hear me out. My sister is severely autistic. She requires attention almost 24/7 and cannot be left alone. She is nonverbal and cannot take care of herself at all. Despite the fact that she is only 12, she is extremely destructive and violent and destroys anything she gets her hands on. I hate her. That should be wrong to say, but it doesn't feel like it. Yeah, and I don't think that's actually what's happening. I was only 6 years old when she was born, and since then, I've never solely had my parents' attention. Ever since I can remember, the world has revolved around her. I was moved out of my room into the basement at 7 because she needed to be in the room next to my parents. Fair, shouldn't have put her in the basement. Maybe there was some other situation you could have done, but fair, the other sister would need to be closer to parents for reasons. All of my toys as a child were destroyed by her, and my parents simply ignored me when I complained. That's wrong. Even when I was 14 and she destroyed a MacBook my school gave me, I was in the wrong. Explain, please. Along with this, I am expected to take care of her and drop everything I do for her. There it is. I can never make plans with friends because my parents expect me to be there if they need me to take care of her. Even when I do somehow get time to myself, I am required to leave it if they need me. If I do not, then I am punished. The recent example of this is when I went to see the new Spider-Man movie and was grounded because I turned my phone off in the theater. That's malarkey. That's not okay. It seems as if I am nothing more than a slave to them, and anything involving her simply overshadows me. This last week, I was chosen to give a speech at a school event. I was so excited, and my parents promised to be there, but they never showed, and claimed it was because of my sister. Anytime anything like this happens for me, they are too busy with her. Gotta make time for both kids. I've held this in for so long and it finally spilled out today. While talking about colleges with my father, he joked that I should get a degree that pays well, so when they're gone, I can take care of my sister. I don't know why, but this caused me to break down. I cried and screamed about how it's always about her. I'm nothing more than a caretaker to them, that they always make it about her, and that I'm expected to be her slave for the rest of my life. I've locked myself in my room since then, and my parents have not come to check on me. Am I the asshole here? Now, again, there's edits and updates that we will get into. Update time, yay! I love updates. But before we get into the updates, the initial thing is again, not the asshole. We are 4 for 4 on NTAs. I don't know if I'm just good at picking ones, or maybe it's because NTAs are usually ones that get upvoted more because people like NTAs. But NTA, not the asshole here. It's a common situation that you see a lot in the world. This one's more of an extreme case because obviously the sister probably shouldn't be being taken care of by her sister. It's probably dangerous for OP to be caring for her sister since her sister is both aggressive and violent and not probably nonverbal. It seems like too. Seems like she's a level of autistic on the spectrum that professionals and well-trained people should be the main caretakers and not a literal 15-year-old child taking care of her. But this is a more extreme version of what we do see a lot, where the oldest sibling somehow gets roped into being the de facto extra adult or childcare in the house, and it's not always fair. It's sometimes it's unavoidable. The family can't afford actual childcare, so they look to the older sibling to be that extra set of hands or whatnot. And it's unfair, and I hope in most cases when that's happening, the parents are trying to limit it to as little as possible and is trying to make up for it in either financial gains or in liberties outside of the home, being able to go with friends more often or go out and do other things or get involved in other things that are beneficial. But we do see that a lot where people weren't able to follow their education because once they graduated high school, they were needed at home. And so now they're stuck doing a job they don't want to do because they were never able to go to college or whatever. And this sounds like this is going down the same road where I'm surprised the conversation was you should get a job that's going to pay well and not you should go to a college right down the road so that way you can still come home and help us all the time. But neither here nor there. I'm glad that she is standing up for herself and all that good stuff. And let's see what happens in this update. I hope she gets out of the situation in a better way than she has. Locking yourself in the room is a temporary solution, not a permanent one, obviously. So anyways, update, kinda. Well, thank you for all the support and love that you guys have given me. I never expected this post to reach the popularity it did. Thank you all. After thinking about it for these past hours, you were right that I don't despise my sister. It's not her fault that she was born the way she is. My parents came to talk to me a while after my breakdown, but I was unable to bring myself to talk to them and only cried and asked them to leave. They have made arrangements for my grandfather with my grandfather for me to stay with him for the time being, and I'm getting ready to go to his house. That's nice, at least. My parents want to talk to me, but we have decided it's best I leave for now to have some space and time to collect myself. We will be sitting down and talking later this week about this issue. Thank you all again for the love and support through this. I'll send an update your guys' way later this week if people are interested. Thank God people were interested, because here's an update to Am I the Asshole for Despising My Mentally Handicapped Sister? Again, NPA. I'm back, like I said I would be. My original post got a lot of attention, and seeing as you guys seem interested, here's my update. Well, since that day I made the post, I've been staying with my grandfather. The week's been honestly a huge change for me, for better and for worse, but I'll try to run it down. I started by telling my grandpa the story of why I broke down the way I did, and to be honest, he seemed horrified. No one in my family knew my parents were using me as essentially a free care service for my sister. My grandpa told me some things I don't feel comfortable repeating here, but in essence, my sister is supposed to be getting care from a professional, and that my parents were ignoring that. Along with this, I was not supposed to be caring for her at all with her mental state, as apparently she is a danger to herself and others. While everything else I told him, along with stuff like the movie incident, it says indecent, but I think she meant incident. He was really mad and told me to not contact my parents without him there. He pretty much told me that he would be meeting with my parents beforehand, and that if he was going to be there when I sat down with them. Was that he is going to be. Okay. It didn't end here either. The rest of the week consisted of other family checking in on me and telling me things my parents hid from me. This included the fact that my parents have been taking money from my family to fund a caretaker that doesn't exist. Whoo, she's been working for free and they've been paying. Anyways, suffice to say, this week has been rough. But the upside is that even through all this, my extended family has been giving me more love than I've felt in a while. My grandfather spent this last week making up for the time I've lost, encouraging me to spend time with friends and do things I want to do. My aunts and uncles have also been helping me through this week. Well, Saturday night I sat down with parents to talk. It went badly, to say the least. They came clean to me about everything. They told me things I will not repeat here, but they did not apologize. My parents still claim that I somehow owed my sister my time. My father even saying, "You were put here to be her caretaker." I won't lie and say I was composed. After everything I learned, I confronted them on the fact that my sister needed a caretaker, the money my dad was taking from his sister, and a few other things. They denied it or made excuses, and in the end, we ended off in a worse place than before. Shouldn't matter. Today will be my last time talking to them for a while. Yes. After talking with my grandfather and uncle last night, I'm not going back. Later today, I'm going there and picking up my stuff and moving in with my grandfather. When I graduate high school, I'm planning on leaving the state to go to school. My aunt has told me that the money she was sending my dad will be instead coming to me from now on. My parents have called me twice since Saturday. Neither of them were to apologize and only ask me when I was coming home. I won't be going back to them right now. I still feel pretty uneasy about everything, but I feel like that will pass. The rest of my family is showing their support to me, and honestly, it feels great. But in the end, I lost my parents. Over all of this, I've learned something that I wished I saw earlier. I don't hate my sister. In fact, I love her with all my heart. I should never have projected my hate onto her. It says I should never projected my hate onto her, which is a double negative, so I should have projected my hate on... Anyways, I clearly she means I should never have projected my hate onto her. That was wrong, and someday I hope to make it up to her. But for now, I need to leave. So there's my update. Thanks again for the support my original post got. I really appreciate everyone who took the time to comment or show me support. Thank you. I wish I could respond to every single one of you, but my lunch only lasts so long. I'll update tonight how the move out went, but until then, thank you all. I want to say that your support has been amazing, and your kindness means more to me than anyone could ever imagine. Late edit. Wow, I never imagined my story would reach the popularity it did. I know it's kind of cliche, and I've said it a 1,000 times, but thank you all. There's that. Now here's the next and final update. We just got back from moving my things out of my parents' house. Everything I wanted to take my grandpa and uncle helped move, and it's at my grandpa's house now. I have my birth certificate, social security card, and every other document and record any record I could think of. My parents were quiet the whole time I was there. Shortly after I arrived, my dad left with my sister, and my mom hovered over us silently as we moved. It took a while, but as we left, she broke down and told me she loved me and would miss me. I hugged her and said goodbye, and that was it. Even now, I sit here and think if she really meant it. After this whole week of her not saying anything, she waited till the end. I hope she meant it. Right now, though, I think I just need to look ahead. Maybe one day, me and my parents can reconnect. I hope so. Thank you all for the advice and love. It's been amazing, and I'm glad that through this experience, I at least got some positivity out of this mess. Will I come back? I don't know. If something happens and you guys still want an update, I'll maybe come around again. But for now, I'm going to move on. For all those out there who shared their stories with me, thank you. And I hope to see you on the other side. See you, Space Cowboys. So, that was really good. That ended in a way better spot than we could have imagined, for the most part. She got away from her parents, which was a big thing. A lot of secrets came out. Her parents were basically embezzling money, essentially. They were pretending like they were taking money to pay for a caregiver that never existed. So basically they were taking the money and pocketing it. She, again, like I said, I called it, she should not have been taking care of her sister. Her sister was a danger to her and herself. And so you should never have been leaving a underage child to care for another child, especially one who's that severely, like, autistic and has those kind of issues. You need proper handling. You need trained professionals, people who can be there and take care of any problems that arise. What would have happened if 14-year-old OP was watching 8-year-old sister, and sister accidentally stabbed herself or stabbed OP, and they were just there bleeding out? You know, if OP would have been hurt really bad, sister wouldn't have been able to do anything to solve it. And if sister got hurt really bad, there's a good chance that OP wouldn't have been able to do much to stop it either. Maybe be able to call the authorities, which would be even worse, because then police or whatever would show up to hurt sister, underage sister, watching her, and no parents in sight. Now both kids are gone. You know, so it was a risky situation that her parents put them all in, and it looks like they're getting their comeuppance in a way. They've lost their free healthcare. They've lost financial support from the rest of their family. They pretty much now are going to be forced into actually looking into that proper childcare and that proper support from financial support from the government or whatever it is, because I know they have programs and stuff for people who are born with those kinds of issues and stuff, and that they and needs specific care. And yeah, God damn it, get your child the care that they need and deserve. Don't bullshit around so you can collect extra money. That's despicable. We got one story left for us today, guys. We're going into story number 5. Story number 5, the last story of our video, guys. This is, am I the asshole for suing my girlfriend after she had my 1967 Impala project taken to the scrapyard? No, I'm not. I don't even have to read the story. The sentence alone tells me no, not the asshole. But let's find out what actually happened, guys. I'll try to keep this short. I had a 1967 Impala 4-door that I bought in February of 2019. Couple months ago, this is back in 2020, by the way. Couple months ago, I bought my first house that had a 2.5 car garage. I moved the car in and started tearing it down for a complete restoration. I had the body in one bay, the chassis in another, plus the whole garage filled with parts. About 2 months ago, my girlfriend came to live with me during this whole pandemic thing, and the whole time has hated that car. She wanted to park it in the garage, but I had 2 acres of land with a lot of nice places to park, under shady trees, or hell, even in the barn if it had to be inside. I tell her, tough luck, it's my house, and it's not like I can just throw it back together real quick. Anyways, I was out of town for a couple of days on a business trip for the small local company I work for. When I got back, my girlfriend was all smiles, making me food all the time, doing all the chores, all that. I thought maybe she just was happy to have me home, but then I realized that I didn't see her car in its usual spot. I asked her where she parked so I could make sure I mow that area and keep it clean, and she said not to worry because she parked in the garage. I asked how, and she told me to go check it out. Turns out that while I was gone, she hired some people to come over and move everything related to that car, including the drivetrain, body, and chassis and all parts, and take it to the local dump/scrapyard. I was absolutely dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded right now. I'm reading this story and I'm dumbfounded. What the? I had spent over $11,000 on that car, including new parts, services, and the car itself. I told her that I was going to be taking her to court for that, and she brushed me off like I was being dramatic. I told her that it's done between us and pack her things and leave. I admit, I was really angry, but I did end up getting a lawyer, and as I have all the receipts for all that money spent, and I have her on my house's security cam footage, letting the guys in and watching them take it all, I think I can win. Absolutely, you can win this. Her family and friends are absolutely blowing me up, saying it's just a stupid old piece of junk and that she cannot pay back all that money I spent, and that I should just let it go. I should just let go of $11,000 and months of my time and effort because she can't afford the mistake that she... But I've been putting all my time, effort, and money into that car for a year and a half, even longer. Okay, now, and goddamn it if I am not going to get justice for what she did. Am I the asshole? Before we get into the updates, the edits, and everything else, 100% NTA. I need to get like a little NTA flag, AITA and NTA flag or something. I don't know. But anyways, not the asshole. 100% the asshole. Your fucking ex-girlfriend. Thank God she's an ex-girlfriend. I don't think I need to actually explain, but just in case there happens to be that 1% of people that is this absolutely fucking ignorant and absolutely 100% just so far up their own ass that they can taste the back of their own throat, kind of selfish and just entitled. No, you don't do this. 100%. Is it your house? No, it's his house. If he says, you don't get access to my garage, park anywhere else, that's it. You have to park where he says to park. Plain and simple. You don't get to decide that because he's gone for a couple of days that you're going to get rid of his stuff. On top of that, yeah, I guarantee he was only gone for a couple of days and they got it all cleared out. Yeah, I bet they did. You probably paid them to make money, essentially, okay? You paid them to come and collect $11,000 worth of sellable merchandise. You gave them literally the best deal of all time. They made an they made infinite money that day, essentially, because they not only got paid to take all that merchandise, but then, an infinite profit, because not only did they get paid to take that stuff, but now they're going to be able to sell all of it. It's a 1967 Impala 4-door. That thing is going to sell to somebody who wants to restore it, just like this guy. Easy, right? Hopefully they do some stuff. So here's the edit. Thank you all so much for the support and awards and everything. You used to be able to give awards on Reddit. Now it's different. It used to be better. You could get money off of them or something. I don't know. I'm glad I have some people on my side. I got a call from her mom about 20 minutes ago, and she told me that I was ruining her daughter's life. No, your daughter ruined her own life. Ruining her daughter's life over a stupid car. I told her she ruined her own life, thank you. I've been gathering documentation stuff, and I'm about to head down to the police station and file a report, as suggested by lots here. Once again, thank you all. Update. Went to the police station last night. Was told to come back in the morning. Just got back and filed an official report against her for grand larceny and grand theft auto. I showed them all the receipts I had for the car and the footage of her letting the guys come and take it, as well as the title for the vehicle in my name. They said they will be in contact with all three parties, me, ex-girlfriend, and junkyard guys, soon, and they will hopefully be able to recover some, if not all, of the car. Just have to wait. Huge update, and I've already read the first line of this. They found my goddamn car. The junkyard guys apparently were in the middle of hiding it when the police came to ask them questions. It was on a forklift, and they were going to put it on top of a pile of cars that was hidden behind more piles of cars. They said it was theirs and they had the title, but obviously didn't have the title for it, and since they matched the VIN on the chassis and body to the VIN of my title, it was obviously mine. I know at least one person there has been arrested. I think he was in the camera footage I talked about earlier, but I don't know if it was the boss or whomever, or even his specific charge. They also told me they would be looking into the specific junkyard for any other vehicles reported stolen. They said they haven't been able to get in contact with my ex just yet, but they're working on it. I'm just so glad they found my car. Luckily, I made quite an album of pictures detailing me tearing down the car, and so I can use that to prove what parts they had were mine, so I can hopefully get most or all of it back. Police haven't let me take it back home yet, so they say it is evidence or something, so hopefully I can get it back eventually. Thank you all so much for the support and advice. She's gonna be alright. Okay, so that's the end. There's no more updates. There's some more comments. I mean, I can't blame the guys that came and got it. She told them it was her dad's and she had lost the title for it and wanted it gone, and they believed her, so it's not their fault they got lied to. Yeah, I guarantee you they were like, all right, let's go do this job. She probably paid him like $300, because that's like the basic rate is like usually $300-$400 to come and get the car or something like that. So she probably actually paid them to just come collect junk, essentially, and they showed up and they were probably like, oh man, oh, this is gonna be good. Oh man, do you guys know how much that's worth? What? And then she was probably like, yeah, it's my dad's. I don't have the title. You guys can just take it, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yes, ma'am, we will take this immediately. And they were probably planning on fixing it up or whatnot, because it sounds like he had most of the parts and everything in the assembly there. He was just slowly getting everything restored and put back together. So they were probably thinking, we take this back, we can put this together in like a month, because they have all access to everything else, and then sell the whole car for like a collector's edition kind of situation for like 15-20 grand or something like that. You know, quick, easy profit with very little overhead. But obviously that was wrong. One of the guys probably got really angry, or probably got in a fight with the police. He probably was insistent that what she told them wasn't a lie or whatnot, and that the other guy was probably lying or something, and probably got arrested for it, because that happens. Overall, the main takeaway from this story is, if you do not own it, don't touch it. Don't take it. Don't move it. Don't do anything. If it's not yours, hands off, unless the owner says otherwise. You do not go behind someone's back and get rid of their stuff because you don't like it, okay? Plain and simple. Especially if you're in a relationship with that person. Like, nothing says, I want to be dumped, quite like getting rid of somebody's, like, property that they love or that they are working on. They've been trying to do stuff with for a very long time. But anyways, guys, that has been the first Reddit stories with Stryder. Let me know how you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you guys subscribe if you guys haven't subscribed yet. Like the video if you liked the video. Leave comments down below about any of the stories that I talked about. Any other Reddits that you guys want me to check out and get stories from. Any other stories that you would like to see me read and react to. I'm always open for that. You guys can join the Discord channel and all that good stuff. You can leave anything that you want me to discuss down in the comments below. Share this with other people. Engagement, all that good stuff. And I really appreciate you guys watching the episode. Tell me anything that you think I can improve on too. If there's anything you want to see differently, maybe you want me more centered in the screen. Maybe you want me, somewhere else. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think about everything. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Goodbye.